Alright guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in this video I'm going to show you how I painted Glaurio Ven Alten III. I think I've pronounced his name right, although I've got weird names in this Curse City box set. But yeah, so again, we're going to use straightforward techniques, nothing too difficult to do, and anyone can basically recreate this. So yeah, so get your paints and let's get painting the model. But beforehand, if you like anything that I'm doing in the channel and want to support the channel, don't forget you can subscribe, give a thumbs up, leave comments. There is a PayPal link down below if you feel like you want to donate towards the channel. Alright guys, let's get them paints and let's get painting this. So we start off obviously with a black undercoat here, and what we're going to do is just paint all these silver armour that he's got. So he's got a chest plate, he's got like a, I don't even know what it is, like a metal plated skirt, should we call it, and also his pistol. So we're just going to base coat them with some Iron Warriors. Now that's quite a dark silver, and I think it's going to work quite nice with what we've got planned for it. So once we've base coated all the silver parts, we're going to move on to his, like the fabric, so his leather belt and stuff basically. So again, we're just going to go for the dark rhinox hide, and we're just going to base coat all them. So he's got some gloves, so we're going to paint them nice leather gloves. He's also got like, I don't even know what they are, like straps and stuff that are hanging round to his sword. We're going to paint that sword. Is it a sheath? Is that what they call them? I'm sure it is. We're going to paint that with it as well. Or just paint anywhere where you think leather is going to be. Oh yeah, we're going to paint his boots as well. So once we've done all that, we're going to move on to the fur parts of the model. So as you can see, he's got some that are just on the edges of this metal skirt. I keep calling it, must be some type of name for it, but a metal skirt, I'll call it that. So just take your time and go around. Again, these are simple techniques, but I think if you just spend that little bit of time being neat now, obviously you don't have to tidy up later on. But again, if you do make mistakes, just go back over with the previous colour. So the next colour we're going to do is corn red, and we're going to start painting this jacket. Now this jacket for me is just really, really cool. Obviously you can do any colour you want, but red for me just looks really cool. So what we want to do is just get 2 coats of this corn red over it. Just take your time. And again, obviously we don't want to go over that fur part that we've painted. Now I find it easier to do the fur part first and then paint the larger area, but obviously you can just do whatever. You can do it the other way around if you just feel comfortable. What you want to do is just be as comfortable as you can while painting your model. So for me as well, this model is quite regal. So we want some nice shiny gold there. So this shoulder pad here is just going to get painted up with the Retributor armour, the shiniest gold that I have. Obviously there's other companies do gold and it'll be shinier, but for me, Retributor armour. Also what we're going to do is just pick out these buttons on his coat as well, and again just take your time. It is inevitable that you are going to go over the red on this part, but it's not too bad because we're going to wash over it. But if you know you're a bit OCD about this type of stuff, you can just go back over with the existing colour. So next as well, we're going to paint the face. So his skin is just Bugman's Glow, and we're just painting that over the entire head. We're not bothered obviously if we go over the hair at the moment because that's going to be painted a different colour. So what I've done is wash the model as well, but also I've painted his hair grey. So that's just with Administratum Grey, and again just wash the full model with Nuln Oil. So that's darkening the model down quite a lot. Now what we're going to do is just highlight all these colours back up. So we'll go back and do the code because that's the largest area, and we're just going to go back over with corn red. So try and water this down a little bit more than you would usual. So usually I do 2 water to 1 paint, so I've done 3 water to 1 paint just to give it a little bit more elasticity, is that the word? And when it dries, it's going to give kind of a natural blend, so you don't have to do anything really with it. And just paint this on all the higher edges of the coat. We're going to highlight the coat as well. So what I've done is just got a bit of Fiston red and just put it into the mix of that corn red. So now it's going to be 3 parts water to 2 parts paint. But again, I think this highlight works quite well. So just go around all the trim that's on it and try and get it to the top of the shoulder there and just the top part of the coat. I think it works quite well. So next up as well, we are going to be doing the silvers. So because the previous silver was quite dark, I think it was Iron Warriors, and then we washed it with Ullen oil. Now what we're going to do is get some Iron Hand Steel, so that's quite a shiny colour, and we're just going to paint it into the centre of all of the metal parts, and that'll give a nice shiny appearance with a bit of muck around the edges. So what we're going to do now is get some Mournfang Brown and paint this on all the leather parts. Just trying to leave the Rhinox in the recesses. Just gives it a nice little effect there. Again, just take your time, make sure it's watered down correctly, and have a nice tip on your brush. Following this, you can get maybe a little bit of Steel Legion drab as well, and just go that little bit extra. Put some little jaggy marks on the leather parts so it looks a bit tattered and torn and stuff like that. Now faces for me are quite a difficult thing to do, although I do them, but I just wanted this to be quite simple. I probably will go off camera and go back in and put more highlights and stuff, but we're just going to go back in with Bugman's Glow and just paint around some of them features, so the cheekbones, across the nose and forehead, and across the top of his head, because he has got a bald head with a weird fringe. So yeah, so that's just to basically get rid of some of that patchiness that the wash has left. And doing it this way as well, will leave a nice effect. Now what we're going to do is just get a smaller brush and we're just going to highlight his beard. So just some Administratum Grey with a touch of white in it, just to make it a little bit lighter, and just paint these on the edges, just obviously you can see that existing colour and the Ullen oil wash, and just turn your brush sideways and just catch the edges of that weird, beautiful fringe. So what we're going to do now is just the last part of the model is just dry brush some of that fur. So we just get a bit of Rakarth flesh and we just dry brush along the fur parts. It's not so much of a big deal if you do get it across some of the other colours, but just try and be a bit careful. And with that, the model is done. So let's go take a look. So there we go, guys. That is the model all finished, painted up, based, and yeah. So I'm very, very happy actually with how this has turned out, and I love the guy's little goatee moustache. Now that is a cool goatee and moustache, if I must say so myself. But also for me, I really like his leather jacket. So obviously this can be painted up in different colours, but I think red just looks nice. So yeah, leave your comments down below what you like, what you dislike about this model. And I'll see you all on the next one. Alright guys, ta-ra.